Americans. I'm here to discuss the immediate dangers of bioterrorism. Although some may not be aware of the consequences of bioterrorism, it will indeed be a powerful weapon in the near future. On June 5, 2007, the FBI found this video clip following an anti-American organization plotting an attack against us. Viewer discretion is advised. What you are about to see may be disturbing. If you have small children, I would advise that they leave the room. Rated R for graphic violence and offensive language. You have been warned. You first, comrade.
You know what?
Oh. Welcome, comrades from Iraq, Iran, North Korea, and Russia. We are all gathered to discuss the most effective method in destroying America. Russia, you may speak.
Thank you, Comrade Canada. I am here to discuss the most practical and abundant bioterrorist agents out there. Category A agents such as anthrax, botulism, plague, and smallpox, and tularemia, and viral hemorrhagic fevers are very effective and easy to attain. In addition to inflicting excessive pain, these diseases will cause public panic and social disruption to the order of the United States.
Listen to you, Russia. Everybody knows that Category A agents are the most commonly used and easily treated. The world has seen them before and can just as easily combat them again.
Well, how would you know, North Korea? All you know is how to make faulty nuclear weaponry. Unlike your nuclear weapons, Category A agents have a mortality rate. Not to mention the fact that the diseases are easily transmitted from person to person.
You want to go? Let's take it outside then.
Fine, bring it.
Yeah. Oh.
No.
Okay, well then, Iran, it's your turn.
Seeing as how we skipped Category B, I have to say I disagree with the emotionally crazed leaders of North Korea and Iraq. Category C is the way to go. It includes all the emerging agents that have a high potential for death. It's also completely unsuspected.
Go on.
C agents can be engineered for mass destruction in the future. Honestly, think for a second. Where are you going to get smallpox or anthrax? Good luck raising that army.
Okay, no. Just because it's not readily available doesn't mean that it's not easily spread. In fact, there was an anthrax threat in the United States in 2001. So clearly, even incompetent people know how to locate it. Ignoramus, are you incompetent?
I still think Category A agents are stupid, like you.
Wait, where's Iraq?
Don't worry about it. Anyways, that's what I was saying. Category B agents are the way to go. Is there any better way to attack the United States other than through their food and water supply? Come on, obesity makes a connection. The FDA in America is a joke. I personally think it stands for fat, dumb American.
I like C, because C is for Canada.
But
that's all. Meeting adjourned.
Yay!
As you can see by this alarming clip, bioterrorism is an imminent threat. It is therefore the wish of the United States government that you be informed of some of the horrors that encompasses this dreaded peril. Here with us are two experts on the topic of bioterrorism. But before we go to that, what is bioterrorism? Well, bioterrorism is an attack by terrorists using harmful viruses, bacteria, toxins, or other agents to deteriorate an organism's health. Such agents can be spread through air, water, or even food. Most originate from natural habitats, but the agents can be genetically altered to provide a more serious effect. Some reasoning behind why bioterrorists would use such extreme methods includes the want of receiving attention, desire to mimic God, and the wish to exact revenge. Knowledge of the motivation behind the attacker's actions would better prepare us for what lies ahead. Now, we can elaborate. Let's start with Dr. Poxmal. In the video clip, the agents discussed certain methods of attack that they could utilize against our nation. But the public is probably wondering, what did the bioterrorists mean by categories A, B, and C?
Category A, B, and C are well-known classifications of bioterrorist agents, as you may have derived from the clip. Category A includes those agents which can be easily disseminated or transmitted from person to person, result in high mortality rates, and have the potential for major public health impacts, might cause public panic and social disruption, but require special action for public health preparedness. You may recognize the picture on the screen as the bacterial strain that causes the plague. Tularemia, or rabbit fever, also falls into this category and is highly infectious to both humans and animals. In an attack, it can be spread through an aerosol release of bacteria. As for Category B agents, they are moderately easy to disseminate, result in moderate morbidity rates and low mortality rates, and require specific enhancements of the Center for Disease Control's diagnostic capacity and enhanced disease surveillance. The photo on the screen shows ricin, a disease which works by getting inside the cells of a person's body and preventing the cells from making the proteins that they need to survive. Other Category B agents include Salmonella and E. coli. And finally, we come to the Category C agents. This category includes emerging pathogens that could be engineered for mass destruction in the future because of availability, ease of production and dissemination, and potential for high morbidity and mortality rates and major public health impacts. Hantavirus is one such agent, and it is caused by rodents. This disease is usually contracted by inhaling dried urine, saliva, and fecal matter found in dust particles. After incubation for a period up to 6 weeks, the infected person will experience flu-like symptoms. About 1 out of every 5 people who contract this disease will die from it.
Since we now know how the Center for Disease Control and Prevention has classified such agents, the next step would be to investigate how the government would react to such a situation. Obviously, such an attack would be potentially detrimental to the economy, public welfare, and government stability. With this considered, what are some typical government responses to such a threat, Professor Planarian?
That is an excellent question, and it's also one of the hardest to answer. Depending on the severity and the type of agent used, the government can respond in several ways. If we go back to 2001, there was a bioterrorism threat against the United States involving bacteria anthrax. Teresa Heller from New Jersey was a victim of this attack where she contracted the disease by inhaling anthrax spores placed on a letter. The attack killed 5 people and 17 more were sickened. President Bush responded to this by increasing national security regulations along with encouraging national preparedness for an attack. He placed strict regulations on the water food supply and enhanced controls of dangerous biological toxin agents. Understanding what to do in response to an attack is part of the battle against it.
If such an attack were to occur, what are some possible cures for the disease? Basically, how could the spread be halted and prevented in the future?
Well, now there is an available vaccine against toxins that would be emitted in the event of the release of the bioterrorism agents. Of course, they're not perfect yet, but it is in the process. Another problem with vaccines is that the strain of the deadly viruses may either mutate or appear in an unexpected form, and our vaccines would be ineffective. However, scientists are, for the most part, aware of common viral threats that could be used in a bioterrorist attack, and this enables us to create a basic prototype for a vaccine.
How about some methods to cure the bacterial aspect of bioterrorism?
Some scientists have even suggested that citizens stockpile their antibiotics. However, I strongly advise against this. By collecting antibiotics and overusing them, this will create a new generation of resistant bacteria and our cures will become ineffective. My advice is that citizens should take caution, but not overdo if we want to survive an attack. In extreme cases, gas masks may be helpful to prevent inhalation of infected dust particles. However, as a precaution before an outbreak occurs, I would advise that citizens steer clear of any dirty or unkept rodents.
Thank you both for joining us today. I'm Dr. Molluska reporting you today on the threat of bioterrorism. Please employ the methods that both Professor Planarian and Dr. Proxmal have described. Good night, and don't let the bioterrorists fight.